Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Lee Fitzgerald. Welcome to the new Dr. Lee Fitzgerald television show. And right now I want to introduce my host, Mary Joy. How are you doing, Mary? I'm going to say Joy because you're always happy.
I'm very glad to be here again, and I'm excited about our guest today. So let's get right on to introducing our beautiful guest.
All right, and you know, this introducing our beautiful guest brings up just amazing feelings inside my heart, because I am also now a cancer survivor. And even to say cancer survivor scares me still. I had prostate cancer, and so I got to know a lady that just enlightened me, and especially made me laugh. This lady, her name is Rachel. I want to introduce her now. How are you doing, Rachel?
Fabulous.
Always fabulous.
Always fabulous.
And always laughing.
It's true.
Okay, now we want to start at the beginning, when you found out that you had a 10% chance to live with the type of cancer that you had. Can you explain that a little bit, or how it felt emotionally when you I know how I felt. I was scared, really scared, when they told me that I had cancer. What happened to you?
You know, it's kind of a crazy story. I got into the car accident that saved my life.
Car accident that saved your life.
Yeah.
That is a crazy story.
If I didn't get in that accident, I wouldn't be here.
Okay.
So when they diagnosed me with cancer, I remember the doctors coming in and saying, you have leukemia, and I didn't know what that was.
You didn't, thank God.
I didn't realize it was cancer, you know. And I think I cried about it for like a couple minutes, called my mom, told her what was going on, but I never knew how sick I was until after I had gone through all the treatments, so ignorance was bliss.
Oh, right, right.
As far as that was concerned.
So there was no pain with that type of cancer when you, at the beginning,
No.
correct?
Nothing.
You know, and I'm going to take the light off you for a minute and go right to our co-host, Mary Joy, because you have been in the medical for 50 years. Leukemia. Talk a little bit about what that is, and to the audience, and so they know that there's all types of different
Rachel
kinds
had
of cancer.
acute
promyelocytic
leukemia, and like she said, she was given a 10% chance of surviving the initial, after the accident and after the hospitalization. And though I find it amazing, they immediately, or within I don't know what the period of time, but had made arrangements for her to be transferred to the City of Hope, which is probably one of the finest facilities, especially for the blood cancers.
Right.
You couldn't have gone to a better place if you could have gone any place in the world, probably.
Definitely.
And so I think, though, I start laughing when I think about the story that Rachel tells about her transfer to City of Hope. Tell us what happened on that ride from Ventura to Duarte.
So I was really sick, obviously, and they were giving me blood transfusions constantly. And these ambulance guys came into my room, and they had to be certified, I guess, in a crash cart, because the doctors really thought I was going to die on the way to the other.
ACLS ambulance. That's
There you go.
acute life support, right?
I don't know all this stuff. But
the alphabet soup.
so I get in the ambulance with these two guys, and I have this bald guy in the back with me. And I love bald men now.
You
all
fell
because
in love,
of that.
right?
Fell in love with bald men
Right.
after that. And the guy up front, he looks like Tom Cruise. And so, you know, we're driving down to the City of Hope from Ventura County Medical Center, and the guy up front, Tom Cruise, says, "Rachel, do you mind if we play some music?" You know, when they first picked me up, they were really, really serious. But when I got in there, I was just having a field day. And he turned...
She's dying of cancer, and she's having a field day.
I know, it was totally funny. And so they were blasting this K-rock, and the guy up front, Tom Cruise, is singing.
Yeah.
And
Did
I'm
he have
laying
a
in the
good
gurney.
voice?
I don't really remember. But the guy in the back, you know, bald man's talking to me, and I'm dancing in the gurney, laying in the gurney, you know, like dancing the whole entire drive to the City of Hope. And meanwhile, you know, my mom is just really stressed out and praying to God that I'm going to survive this transport.
Right. Even the transport, let alone the treatments.
Yeah. And so she was praying, you know, please save my daughter, please help her. And when my mom got to the City of Hope and she was waiting there for the ambulance to arrive, and she saw the ambulance get there, and they opened the doors, and we all came out laughing. All of us were laughing in there. And she was like, oh, thank God. Thank God she had this great attitude, even though she was being transported, not even realizing how sick I was.
Yeah, and to an amazement, they were coming out, and you were laughing, and the guys were laughing. You were having a party.
Yeah, it was totally
going
funny.
to the City of Hope, having a party.
I know.
That's incredible.
Well, but part of this is attitude, and this is our show about mind and body.
Mm-hmm.
And just the first thing that came across to me was your attitude saved your life. It made all the difference in the world in the outcome of your disease. And that's how our emotions are, how our thinking, our attitude influences our body.
No kidding.
There's no doubt about it.
And I'm a psychologist, and I have to say that that's really true. I mean, we might have something really, really going on with us medically, but if we can change our attitude to a positive attitude, and what a better way than laughter. And I've already copied what you do. And you got to help me with this. You say children laugh 300...
Children laugh 365 times a day, and the average adult laughs 15. So when I heard that, I was like, I have to laugh as much as possible. And even in the worst circumstances and the scariest parts of my treatment, I was always laughing.
That's amazing.
People thought I was crazy.
Oh yeah, like you lost your mind.
But
which made it even funnier.
it is about attitude.
Right.
Attitude is everything in any situation, not only just cancer, but any other type of disease or other thing that you encounter in your life. You just have to find a way to laugh about it.
Right.
And I find an amazing part of your story also is you were in remission. You were in remission 5 months, and you thought that you had it made, kind of, or how many months?
It was
and then
7.
Okay, 7 months, and you thought you had it licked, and then what happened?
Came back.
It came back, but before we get into that, I want to go back for a second, if we can. The hospital, the City of Hope, and you had radiation. I had radiation.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That
came with the
that was after the relapse. But
okay.
In the beginning, what happened was when they transferred me to the City of Hope, they gave me really heavy rounds of chemo. I had 85% cancer cells in my body.
Wow.
And my body and my lungs went in shock. There was fluid in my lungs, blood went up into my brain, and they had to put me into a drug-induced coma for 10 days. I woke up the day before Christmas, like out of this coma, violent, because I was coming off of morphine, and I had to relearn how to walk and sit up and eat and swallow and all that stuff. It took me like a really long time to recuperate from just that alone.
Because you couldn't walk, you couldn't eat, and you're a mess, but you're still
I'm
had a
still
positive
laughing.
attitude. Still laughing. Okay, so let's get to the part where you had the actual relapse.
So
unexpectedly, correct?
Yeah, I had really bad headaches, and I was calling my doctor, and eventually he got me into the City of Hope and did a spinal tap.
And that's painful.
Painful, yeah, not a pleasant experience.
No.
And found the cancer and started administering chemotherapy, and then I had a brain surgery to get a port put in my head that I still have up here. It's called an Ommaya reservoir. And that was an easier way to treat the cancer, because instead of doing a spinal tap every single day like they were doing for like the first week, they were
every single day.
Every single day, yeah.
And let's talk about how you chose to have that. What is it, like a plate in the top of your head?
It's a little pump right here.
Okay, it's a pump.
It goes
or a bump. It's like a shunt.
Okay.
It's like a shunt. So what happened was the doctors said, they can only do so many spinal taps before they might pinch a nerve or hurt something.
Or you become paralyzed.
And they